from New Orleans. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And able to elude one tackler, but only gets this back to the line of scrimmage. Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Mariota. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First and 10, it's Patterson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and then 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
On 2nd and 1, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the 1st down. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. And the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. 2nd and 15. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all this stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to give it to Ridley. Picked off by Pete Werner. And the Saints are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Fields. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Kamara. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. He gets nothing on back-to-back runs, so now you're dealing with a 3rd and 10 and probably a passing play.
I would agree with that, and I would highly suggest to the play caller, check a different part of that section on your play sheet, because his first 2 runs didn't help you at all. Find someone else who can touch the ball and maybe move it downfield.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 22-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the...
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard charging run, get it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked. And a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So not a good start for this rookie quarterback. Already trailing in this first half, and that's going to make things worse.
Well, back in my day, this was not unexpected out of rookie quarterbacks. That's why a lot of coaches didn't want to play them. But coming out of college now, they throw it all the time. This is a little bit unexpected the way that he's playing here.
Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
2nd and 3. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Edwards. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried to run through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
2nd down and inches. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking it up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with it. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Could be four-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. They'll run with Patterson. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on third and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on third down.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Once more, they turn to Patterson.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They can probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, in this drive, their playbook is open.
And this offense on third down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Kamara up the middle, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Room here to run, and past the 40. The 40's out of bounds. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The Saints had 6 and 7, a game under 500 on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. From the 50, here's Fields. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 33. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Fields. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction. And that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one and hope.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And this will be caught by Edwards. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, a 22. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out in a hurry.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
Oh, boy, he got a favorable spot there. The guys on the sidelines were raising their hands over their head and clasping their hands to signal safety. But the official marked it just outside the end zone at the 1-yard line.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington. And it's Washington out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is caught. It's Ridley. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Point after here coming up. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. They're just going to run it here up the middle. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They run it again with Kamara. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Falcon football. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. On 2nd, here's Algier. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They've not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They're going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
There it is, a staple in most teams' playbooks, the angle route. A lot of times you want to take away that inside route by a back, but when they sell it like he's going to the flat, that is tough on inside linebackers. One false step, and that ball's completed.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Pete Werner. And the Saints are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 42.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Now Patterson to start the drive. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Taken down by Pete Werner.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Patterson complete. And they work this out past the 25. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Back to throw now on first down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Patterson, he'll try it up the middle.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
42 yards rushing for him now to this point. They'll come to the line here, needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
He's got his tight end pitch complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 22.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this third quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interceptions thrown.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
And some room to roam now. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Now Fields.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Saints are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Wants to try to add the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Lutz now to kick this one away.
Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as
things start to get more interesting here in the second half. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now back to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because of...
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Cameron Jordan picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Arnold Ebiketie gets there for the stop. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A give. This is Kamara. Shifts by him. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 89 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Kamara. is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Say, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye, and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And it really came together in a good week of practice.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter. Kentavious Street there on the stop.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And not much room there, so get it up only to about the 21. Davion Taylor there to bring him down.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. 2nd and 9 now. He finds his man, complete. It's Patterson. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now 2 yards to go.